welcome back to PyAI Hub. Before we dive into join, let's look up a quick example that shows the difference between inner join and left join. Okay, so we will use the students table and marks table, and we will insert a few values like rows so we can clearly see how the results change. Okay, so let's do our basic things like the location, DB, everything. After that, let's select staff from students. That's our table name. And then let's select staff from marks. Okay, so here you see the students table and the marks table, and both contain common values. Okay, so this students table contains the students information, while the marks table contains subject scores, all that. Okay, so both tables share a column that's called student ID, which we use to connect them, as we said in our previous video. And now let's add few more values with which are not common in both of the table. Okay. First of all, let's add to the students table. So insert into table name students, then values. Let's add a single value. Okay. So here I am adding 50. Then the name is Neha. Afterwards, her age, that's her 22. And then the city she lives, Hyderabad. Okay, so now I inserted some values to the students table, which is not in our marks table. Okay, now I need to insert some values to the marks table also. So here I insert into marks and then the value as let's key values as 99 as student ID, then math the subject, and the score is 80. Okay, so we inserted some values to the student table and the marks table, and now we have two special cases like Neha exists in the students table but no marks table has no information about Neha. And what about the student ID 99, which exists in the marks table but does not exist in the students table? So you know the difference. Now we have tables which have different values. Like if we call upon our students table and the marks table, let's see there is some values that are not common in both the tables. Okay. So this setup makes join behavior much more obvious. Okay. Now let's do the inner join. As we learned inner join last time, I'm not explaining it again. So select student dot name comma marks dot subject and then marks dot score. Then from students and then inner join marks on student table the first table name students table 1 students dot the common column name as student ID and then which is equal to marks dot the second table name dot the common column that's student's ID. Okay, so here you inserted some values and now we are checking it. Now we are asking to join it. Okay. So here you can see Arun, Meera, Rahul, Arun, Kiran. But you cannot see the value 99 here because it have no values. Okay. You also cannot see Neha in our marks table because that is not common in our uh, both tables. Okay. So here the inner join only returns rows which are matching values exist in both tables. So students without marks will not appear and marks without a matching student ID will also be ignored. That's what happened here. The Neha and this student ID 99 are totally ignored because we use inner join here. Okay, inner join only combines the IDs or the values that are common in both of the tables. Okay, now comes our left join. Now only you can understand why left join is different from inner join. Let's do it. Let's select. Just like the inner join, the query is same. Just we are just changing the inner join to left join. Select student dot name and then marks dot subject marks dot score from students. Then we are using the left join. In the place of inner join, we are changing it to the left join. Okay, we are changing the query to left join. Afterwards, we use the marks table and then just on then the table 1 dot the column name, common column name, student ID, that is equal to table 2 marks dot the common column name, student ID. Okay, so you can see some difference. You can really see some visible difference here. Now I'll explain that. Left join returns all the rows from the left table, which is the students table. Okay, what happened here? While we took two tables, like if we took students and then marks. Okay, so we took students and marks. The students lays at the left table, marks at the right table. Here you can find the order. Okay, so it returns all the rows from the left table, which is the students table. Okay, and if a match exists in the marks table, it shows the data. If there is no match, the column from the marks table are filled with null. Okay, so here you can see so many null values because the other here these values are not in our marks table. There is no value for these people in our marks table. Okay, that's why it shows or it filled it with null. Now you can see Neha appears with a null value. While you were doing this code inner join, we didn't get the values like that. We only get the values which are common in both the tables. But while we come to left join, it fetches all the details from the left table, and if the details are not visible in our right table, the, the column shows the null value. Okay. If there is no match, the columns from the marks table are filled with null values. Okay. So I hope that's clear. And inner join. While we talk about inner join, only rows with matches in both tables. Okay, keep it in mind. For inner join, we only fetch the data, fetch the rows with matches with the both tables. When it comes to the left join, all the rows from the left table plus the matching rows from the right table. Okay, so what happened? The rows from left table are taken and the matching rows from right table. Okay. So that's what happened. Now you can clearly see the difference, right? So if we imagine the tables like circles, inner join shows the overlapping part and the left join shows the entire left table plus the overlapped part. Okay, so hope it's clear. Let's just twist the parts. Okay, last time we done with marks subject score. This time we are adding the marks to students table. Okay, what happened here? Now we're gonna do that. Okay, so let's understand the key difference with left join and right join the next part. So let's do an example on that. So you need to look this carefully. Okay, so I'll write the code, all code, only then it will be clear. Okay, so just don't be confused, but just understand the concept. Okay, now we are selecting just like the before, the students dot name, then marks dot subject, then marks dot score. Okay, afterwards we are saying not from students table but from marks table. Okay, we are taking it from marks table, and then we are using the left join. Then we are adding, what should we add here? We need to add something, that is on left join and give the column name students, and then add on. Then here we change the student. Here in this code we added from students table left join marks, but here look, we added from marks, then left join, then students. Also in the on session we are changing this position. Okay, first we are writing the marks dot student id, that is equal to students dot student id. Okay, so here we see the key difference. Okay, now you are seeing the correct difference. Now what we have done like we changed the places. We change the places, like first comes marks. Now marks is on the left side and student is on the right side. And what happened here? The left join returns all the rows from the left table, which is the marks table here. And if a match exists in the students table, it shows the data. And if there is no match, the column from the marks students table are filled with null values. Okay, so that's what we see here. Now our left table was marks table, and the values, all the rows are fetched from the marks tables. Okay, and this null value appears because the student table have no value for this student id. That's the student id 499. There is no matches in our students table. Okay, so I hope it is clear. For the inner join, only rows which matches with both the tables, and for the left join, all rows from the left table and the matching rows from the right table. Okay, hope it's clear. And now we are clearly understand the difference between inner and left join. We can move to next join types like right join, and that will be great for you. Okay, just like this, we will move like this, and definitely I hope you will understand the concept. Okay, thank you, bye.